Now in this class we are going to discuss objective point of view the chapter biodiversity and its conservation. First one, which one of the following is not included under in situ conservation? Option A, botanical garden, B, biosphere reserve, and C, national park, and D, it is the sanctuary. What is meant by here the in situ conservation? In situ conservation means the animals are protected in natural habitat, that's we call it is in situ conservation. So in the in situ conservation what methods are will come means the animals are protected in natural habitats. What are they? Means biosphere reserves, national parks, and wildlife sanctuaries, okay, and also national parks, sanctuaries, biosphere reserves, and sanctuaries. These four are under this in situ conservation. Here biosphere reserves present, national park, sanctuary present, in situ conservation. So botanical garden is not a method of in situ conservation, it is a ex situ conservation example. Okay, ex situ conservation means the animals are protected in not a natural habitat. That means they are brought from natural habitat, they are kept in some specific places and providing a special care and protected. That's what we call it is ex situ conservation. So that's why here example it is botanical gardens, zoological parks, and also wildlife safaris. These are the examples. So that's why option here A is the right answer. Okay, not a ex situ conservation, so not a in situ conservation method. Okay, next, second one you see, Biodiversity Act of India was passed by Parliament in the year 1992, 1996, and 2000 and 2002 present. So the Biodiversity Act in India was passed by Parliament the year, direct answer this one, it is 2002. Answer is the 2002. Okay, and Biodiversity Act, and one more, it is a Wildlife Act. Wildlife Act, this Wildlife Act that year it is the 1972. Okay, the Wildlife Act the provide the government the 1972. So this also neat point of view, it is a year also very important. Okay, so Wildlife Act and also Biodiversity Acts, two acts are years are very important. Next, question number 3, the biodiversity of a geographical region represents endangered species found in the region, the diversity in the organisms living in the region, the genetic diversity present in the dominant species of the region, species endemic to the region. Okay, so what is the question? Biodiversity in a geographical region. The geographical region, the main any geographical region you can see it is different kinds of organisms are living in a region. Okay, different kinds of organisms. So endangered species are present in particular area. It is not only all this area. So endangered means it is very high risk condition, such organisms. So that's why geographical region it can be present, but specific regions. Okay, that means specific animals only. And genetic diversity present in the dominant species of region. Genetic diversity it is not a it is diversity of the species. The diversity of species in the different region it may be genetically present, but biodiversity of geographical region it can be present in the any geographical region different kinds of it is organisms only present. Okay, so option D, species endemic to this region. Species endemic means endemic, the species only is confined an area, that's we call it is endemic. So all geographical region it's not available. Okay, so that's why the biodiversity of geographical region represent. So diversity here, what is this one? So option B, it is the diversity of in the organisms living in a region. So B option is the right answer. Diversity means it is a different variety of an organisms. Next, which animal has become extinct from in India? Snow leopard and hippopotamus and wolf and cheetahs. Actually, this is also the snow leopard. Snow leopard means actually we call it is generally we call it is the large cat. This is snow leopard means actually we called it is a this is called it is a cat. And hippopotamus, actually this hippopotamus mainly present in African region, where it is that African regions. And it is a herbivores. These are the herbivorous animals. The lifespan it is 40 to 50 years only present. And wolf, this also nowadays it is the uh, en- endangered condition is present. Okay, and become most of the most become it is extinct species from in India, particularly it is the cheetahs. Main it is the cheetah only. Okay, so that's why here option here D is the right answer. Okay, but is the become extinct from in India cheetahs. So in the cheetahs are mainly in these cheetahs are mainly it is Acinonyx. Acinonyx species is present. It can be lives in India. Sorry, Acinonyx species are lives in particularly in Asia region, particularly Iran region. So the cheetah has become extinct from in India. It is the endangered subspecies of Acinonyx. Okay, so that's why it is the cheetah is the become extinct from in India. Next, question number 5. Which of the following is considered a hotspot of biodiversity in India? Indo-Gangetic Plain, Eastern Gangetic, Aravalli Hills, option D, Western Ghats. Actually, here hotspot biodiversity in India. Actually, Western Ghats. Already you know that hotspot means it is a species richness and high degree of endemism is present. So such a regions total it is hotspots are total in worldwide it is 34 is present. So in India it is in your syllabusing point of view given here Western Ghats and also Sri Lanka and also Indo-Burma regions and also Himalayas. In Himalaya not all the regions, so some specific regions only it is a hotspot region. So that's why here option D is the right answer. Next, which group of vertebrates comprises the highest number of endangered species? Here the presence of it is the birds, mammals, fishes and reptiles. So here highest number of endangered species in worldwide you can see it is mammals, particularly you can see this mammals only. Okay, vertebrate species. Next, so that's why option B is right answer. Next, question number 7. Question number 7. One of the endangered species in Indian medicinal plant is that of Asimum and garlic and Nepenthes and Podophyllum. Actually, it is the endangered species in India of the medicinal plant. It is we called it is Podophyllum species. So actually, this is remove the benigns. Benign means it is not a cancer. So main it is words of form, the words that can be removed, and that means here destroying the tissues. Main it is tissues are removed. The tissues are removed. Okay, and then tissues are removed. So that's why option B is the most it is the endangered species in India. Ossibum and garlic Nepenthes it is not present. Nepenthes having you can see some specific characters are present. So Nepenthes. So option D is the right answer. Nepenthes you can see mainly it is present in the Assam forest regions only. Okay, so it is okay enough. So option D is right answer. Next, which one of the following is a correct matched pair of an endangered animal and national parks? So you can see is that different national parks are present. So in such a regions, so what are the animals and parks are given? So first one you can say rhinoceros. So rhinoceros are Kaziranga National Park. It is actually this Kaziranga National Park. Kaziranga National Park. It is located in the Assam region. Okay. So these are the main the correct matched pair of endangered animal in that. Okay, option A is the right answer. Remaining ones you can see. So which one are the main endangered endangered animals are present in the remaining national parks? So Dundwa National Park it is a wild as given. So it is mainly it is Bengal tigers. Mainly it is a Bengal tigers, and as Bengal tigers are the main major. It is the endangered condition in this park. And Kioladu National Park. So Kioladu National Parks actually it is protecting the birds. Most of the migratory birds are it is comes to this area. Okay, it is located in the Kioladu National Park in the Rajasthan region. Next, Jim Carpet National Park. So the Jim Carpet National Park it is mainly located in the UK. That means Uttarakhand. So they are protected in the Asiatic elephants and also tigers. Okay, so that's why here option A is the right answer. Kaziranga National Park it is the rhinoceros as the endangered animal. Okay. Next question. Question number 9. So in the question number 9 you can see the area where wild populations, traditional lifestyles and genetic resources are protected in. Okay, option A core zone, and B buffer zone, and C biosphere reserves, and manipulation zone is present. So first one you can see core zone. Actually in this core zone, this is the actually this is the central region, this is the core region. Okay, so in this core region there is no human activity. Here in this region, what are this region? This is the region we call it is the core region. In this core region human activity is not present. And next zone it is present, it is the buffer zone. This is the buffer zone. The buffer zone in this human activity is present. Next third zone it is the manipulation zone. This is the manipulation zone. In this manipulation zone it is all these, that means settlements, crops and foresting, everything it is human activities, everything is present in the manipulation zone. So one more zone it is biosphere reserve is already here asked. What is meant by here biosphere reserves? Means the area the area where wild population, the traditional lifestyles and genetic resources are protected. That means in situ conservation. That means here ask that what do you call the wildlife population is present, the traditional life, that means natural life is present in such an area, and genetic resources are protected. That means the animals are protected in their natural habitats. That meaning this question. So that's why in this one of the method it is the biosphere reserves. So the in situ conservation method it is the biosphere reserves, national parks, okay, and wildlife sanctuaries. These are the examples. So that's why here option C is the right answer. Option C is the right answer. So already said this core zone and buffer zone and manipulation zone. Core zone is centrally present, and next zone it is the, what is this one? It is the buffer zone, and then this is the manipulation zone. Okay, core zone it is not activate any human activities, only here in the human activities present. Here all activities, that is cropping and settlements and foresting, everything human, all activities are present in the manipulation zone. Okay, so that's why here these three zones are not included. Ask the what ask the question here. Next question number 10. Which one of the following species of a plant considered as the world's most problematic aquatic weed? So lantana, big iconia, and parthenium, brown algae. Actually here also it is the lantana. Lantana means it is actually it is not aquatic weed, it is a Spanish flag, generally we call iconia. Iconia means it is a water hyacinth. So this water hyacinth, it is a aquatic plant. Parthenium means generally we call characterized, generally it is a terrestrial region, it is spoil the habitat region, spoil the habitat. And brown algae means it is a phaeophyce. So here option it is the B is the iconia is the aquatic weed. That means generally called it is a water hyacinth or terror of Bengal also. So next question number 11. So question number 11, which one of the following, which one of the following is not observed in biodiversity hotspots? So endemism, accelerated species loss, and lesser interspecific competition, species richness. Actually biodiversity it is high degree of endemism, and as high degree of endemism and accelerated the species loss and the species richness. Lesser interspecific competition, it is lesser interspecific competition, it is not present. So that's why here option B, option C is the right answer. Okay, so next 12th one you can see, which one of the following shows maximum genetic diversity in India? So the maximum genetic diversity in India, the given options wise groundnut, B rice, C maize, D mango. So actually here main it is the in India it is the rice is the most, that means the maximum genetic diversity is present. So in India actually it is the irrigated crops in India, it is a rice, it is the 23 varieties are present, and also it is the rain based upon it is nearly 7 varieties are grown. Okay, total into the worldwide it is nearly about it is a 50,000 plant species, 50,000 rice varieties are present. Mango in worldwide it is nearly about 1,000 varieties are present. Okay, so that's why most it is a genetic diversity, you can see these varieties. Okay, main major it is the rice. So that's why here option here, that's why here option rice is the correct answer. Next, study the following statements. Study the following statement, 4 statements you can see. So 2 correct ones out of them. So option 1, a lion eating deer. This lion eating deer, this is the right one. And a sparrow feeding on grain are ecologically similar in being consumers. Okay, so the sparrow, a lion eating deer, this is also right. And also sparrow eating grains and also small insects also, that's why we call it as a consumer. Okay, and first option is right. And second one, predator starfish piaster helps maintaining the species diversity in some of some vertebrates. So predator starfish, the predator starfish is the it is maintaining the most of the, it is actually within 1 year, okay, within 1 year it is nearly about it is the 10 varieties of invertebrates they lost because of the starfish piaster. So that's why it is a predator starfish piaster to maintain the species diversity. So whenever it is this starfish, it's not related to that prey species invertebrates and small starfishes. If you maintain, they can survive this large fish starfish piaster. So that's why how much amount is required, that much only it is they are hunting to these invertebrates and also remaining small starfishes. So that's why whenever it is at a time it can be eaten. So that's why the invertebrates and also small starfish it can be disappear, and this the predator piaster also it can be disappear. So that's why the piasters to maintain the species diversity, that means maintaining the so prey population. Okay, so that's this is also right answer. Next third option you can say predators ultimately lead to extinction of prey species. It's whenever it is prey species extinction, predator also it can be extinction. It is not ultimately lead to extinction of prey species. It's not occurs. Next, production of chemicals such as nicotine structured by plants are metabolic disorders. So it is also wrong option. So 1 and 2 are the, these are the 1 and 2. So these 1 and 2 are the main, it is the correct statements. So that's why here what are the options you can see, option D. Here option D is the right answer. Next, reason of diversity in living beings due to mutation, long-term evolutionary change, and gradual change, short-term evolutionary change. So the diversity in living beings due to main reason, what are they? The diversity of living beings is due to main long-term evolutionary changes. So the long-term evolutionary changes are present. So that's what will happen. It is a new speciation. As a result, new speciation. So that's why the new speciation, because of the evolutionary changes in your long term. That means undisturbed several millions of years. So mutations are not formed. Mutations are formed means it is some changes are formed in the organisms. Gradual change means it is so it will take, it is thousands of years, but it is okay. Gradual change is also, it is not possible to different kinds of organisms are not produced. Only it is evolutionary changes. That means long or short means long term. As a result, the evolutionary changes are formed. That's why it is a new species. It can be arises. So that's why option B is the right answer. Next, 15th one you can see, which one of the following, which one of the following is a reason for the greater biodiversity of tropical regions? Tropical regions main greater biodiversity means first of all I am saying undisturbed several millions of years, and okay, so first one it is undisturbed. Second one it is constant. The climatic conditions are constant, and some sources, particularly it is the solar energy and also water, these are available. So all these are present. So that's what the tropical region, it is always, it is the constant. Okay, so here the tropical latitudes have, first one you can see, tropical latitudes have remained almost undisturbed, already I said. Next, B, tropical environmentals also less seasonal, relatively more constant. So that's why here more constant, your option correct. And also undisturbed several millions of years, and more solar energy available. So that's the three options are correct. So that's why all these are right, all of these are the right answer. So that's the option D. An exotic species that is introduced into new area, spread rapidly, and eliminates the native species is called, it is immigrant species, invasive species, Iconia, Craspus, and all of these given. So actually it is exotic species. That means it is the exotic species that is introduced into any area, so rapidly declining the native species. Such a species we call it is the, such a species we call it is the invasive species. Okay, so example Lantana chimera and Icornia, and animal fishes wise Clarius garip and scatfish, these are the examples. So that's why option B is the right answer. Okay, next, characters of stable communities are, characters of stable communities, or you can say how it is characters are present in the stable communities. First one, it should not show too much variation in year to year productivity. It must be resistant to occasional natural or man-made disturbances. It should be resistant to invasion by alien species. Okay, it should be resistant to invasions by alien species. So here, based on this stable community, what are the characters? Suppose the stable community should not show much variation in every year to year. So this is also right statement. And it must be resistant to occasional natural or man-made disturbances. So this is also right statement. It should be resistant to invasion by alien species. Resistant to alien, resistant to invasion. That means the invasive species are it can be present and established themselves. They are maintaining their community. So that's why here what are all the options are, all the options are here correct. So that's why option D is the right answer. Next, what is the decreasing order of number of animal species as far as India is concerned? Mammals, aves, reptiles, amphibians. Aves, reptiles, mammals, amphibians. Mammals, reptiles, amphibian, aves. And option D, reptiles, amphibians, mammals and aves. Actually here, so what are the decreasing order? What are the decreasing order means here I will say here aves. Aves are 1232 species are present. Okay, and also reptiles, second one order. Reptiles are here 456 species are present. Next, amphibians. These uh, amphibians are 209 species. And mammals, these mammals are it is 300. That means what are the order, decreasing order here? Aves, reptiles, mammals and amphibians. Okay, aves, reptiles, mammals, amphibians. So that's why this is the decreasing order. So in India particularly, so option it is the B is the right answer. Okay, next, organization is responsible for maintaining the red data book. The red data book is maintained by International Union for Conservation of Natural and Natural Resources. That's we call it is that's why it is the abbreviation of IUCN. So that's why it is option A is the correct answer. Okay, so this is actually it is anotherly called WCN also. That means World Conservation Union. World Conservation Union also. World Conservation Union and this is actually it is located mainly it is located, the IUCN is located in the main particularly question number 19. Okay, the IUCN is located mainly in the Swiss Morgas region, it is the Switzerland, and also Worldwide Fund. So this Worldwide Fund also, this is also located in the Swiss region, main headquarters. And CITES, what is meant by here? The CITES means so conservation on international trade in endangered species of world conservation on international trade in endangered species of wild flora and fauna. Okay, wild flora and fauna. So nowadays these are okay, so this is enough. So this is expansion of the CITES. And option D, IBWL. IBWL means actually it is so it is Indian Board of Wildlife. This is the central government, it is arranged these boards. So nowadays we called this IBL, we called NBWL, national. Okay, N means here the national Board of Wildlife. It is a different regions are located in India. Okay, so that's why here these are different organizations there. So that's why here what is the organization is responsible for maintaining the red data book? It is IUCN only. Okay, so option A is right answer. Next question number question number 20. You can see which option correctly describes or equations for curves A and B in the given graph of species area relationship. What is meant by here the species area relationship? What is meant by here the species area relationship? So the scientist Alexander von Humboldt observed in the South American jungles. So he was within an area. You observe, what observed here means within an area. This is an area. In an area, increasing the species richness. These are the what are the species richness. So this species richness is increased with increase only. It is explored area only. What is this explored area? This is the explored area. How much of species richness is increases? That only up to here, this area only. That means up to a limit. So that's why here the species and what are the species and area relation they are maintained. So as a result, they are producing the it is hyperbolas. So that's why here there are different regions having the species and area relationships. They are observed the scientists. So the rectangular hyperbola here what asked the question A and B here in the graph asked. So here A, it is a non-linear. What is this one? It is the non-linear. It is a non-linear curve you can see, that is S equal to CAZ. It is indicated SCZ, that is indicated. And next it is the linear curve. On the logarithmic scale, this is the B curve you can see. This is the logarithmic scale, that is what indicated. It is the log S is equal to log C plus Z log A. Here the S means here the species richness, and Z means it is the slope of the line, and A means an area. Here Y intercepting C. Why it is intercepting C? That's we call. Okay, that's why here option here option A is the right answer. Next 21, you can see the genetic variations affect the production of the drug reserpine in the medicinal plant Rauwolfia vomitoria growing in the different Himalayan ranges. What kind of diversity does it indicates? So actually this one you can see it is the species diversity, option A, genetic diversity, option B, ecological diversity, option C, and none of these present. So the genetic variation affects in the production of drug reserpine. So the Rauwolfia vomitoria, it is growing in a great Himalayan ranges. It is producing the active chemicals such as reserpine. It is mainly used to treat it is the blood pressure purpose. It having this plant, it show a great potency and also great potency. So that's why it show a genetically it shows so much of variation. So that's why this is called it is a genetic diversity. Already in the question they ask genetically variations. That based upon we are easily find the answer also. Next, ketone species deserve protection because A, are capable of surviving in harsh environment conditions. B, indicate the presence of certain minerals in the soil. Option C, have become rare due to over exploitation. Option D, play an important role in the supporting of other species. So here main the ketone species. The ketone species mainly it is any ecosystem it play a major role. That means in the any ecosystem. So that's why here the ketone species it indicates play an important role supporting the other species. Okay, so that's why here that based upon here option D is the right answer. So become option A, capable of surviving harsh environment, it is not possible. Option B, indicate the presence of certain minerals in the soil. So it is ketone species not like that act. Okay, it is not performing such a feature. And option C, have become rare due to over exploitation. It is also over exploitation is not present. So option D, play an important role. It's supporting the other species, particularly different ecosystems. Okay, next, in a national park, protection is provided to flora and fauna, entire ecosystem, fauna only, D, flora only. In a national park, protection is national park is protection is provided too. So what is this national park? Actually it is one of the in situ conservation method. So biosphere reserves, national park and also wildlife sanctuaries. So these are the examples of in situ conservation methods. So this national park, it is protected the entire ecosystem. Suppose it is a natural habitat. The national park is a natural habitat completely. It is a reserved area. So that's why it is a protected such an area. That's why it is a entire, what are the entire ecosystem is present. So this entire ecosystem, that can be protected all the species. Okay, so that's why here entire ecosystem is the right answer. Only particular fauna, that means faunal species, animals, and flora means it is the plants. So it's not specifically not protected. All the that is flora and fauna present on the total entire ecosystems. So that's why it is protecting the entire ecosystem in an area. Next question number, you can see which of these organisms are protected by people of Bisnoy community of Rajasthan. Prosopis cinerea and blackbag and Bhojpatra, both A and B. Actually it is, you can see Bisnoy. This Bisnoy community, mainly it is this community is a population, Bisnoy population. That means that is such a, the mainly this Bisnoy community is mainly present in the Rajasthan. Okay, in the main it is this Bisnoy, it is the Hindu religious found in the western Thar deserts and also northern state of in India. So those community, it can be protected the natural habitats and also some of the wildlife conservation. So main the bonsai community is mainly protecting the Prosopis cinerea and also blackbug species. So that's why option D is the right answer. Next, so that's why these are the real, those bonsai communities are real conservationists. Okay, next question number, you can see 25. Which of the following statement regarding the biodiversity hotspots are incorrect? So here high endemism, high levels of species richness, total number is 34 of the world, 5 of these occur in India, high alien species invasions cover less than 2% of the earth land area, but if properly conserved they can reduce the extension by about 30%. So actually here high endemism is present and high levels of species richness are present, and total number of 34 in the world is also right. 5 of these occur in India, it is also right. High alien species invasion is not present in this hotspot. Cover the less than 2% of the earth, this is right, but if properly conserved and they can reduce extension of about 30% is wrong. So that's why here option, here question it is incorrect. They ask it is how much of correct, it is the right answer. So high endemism, high levels of species richness, is this one correct. 5 of these other species, these also, these 4 are the right answer. So the option it is a B is the option B is the right answer. Option B is the right answer. The question it is a correct sequence. Next, ex situ conservation is used for conservation of all the plants, all mammals, threatened animals and plants, both A and B given. So ex situ conservation. Ex situ conservation means the animals are taken from natural habitat and then transferred into a particular place and protected and provide a special care to such animals. Such a conservation we call it is ex situ conservation. So that's why which one is mainly this ex situ conservation or in situ conservation occurs means threatened animals and plants only. So not plants specifically, not animals. What are the threatened species are present? That means animals and plants. So that's why option it is the C is the right answer. Next, question number 27. Dash is the national park was first national park in India. So main it is the The first national park in India, it is what do you call means it is the Jim Carpet National Park. So you can see here the Jim Carpet National Park. It is located in the Uttarakhand. Okay, Uttarakhand. And also one more, it is option B. You can see it is the Nanda Devi National Park. It is also located in the Uttarakhand. Kaziranga National Park. This Kaziranga National Park, it is located in the Assam region. Jaldapara. Here given it is Jaldapara. So this Jaldapara, it is mainly located in the West Bengal only. So the first national park, it is the Jim Carpet. Option A is the correct answer. Next, question number 28. The first Earth Summit for Conservation on Biological Diversity was held at Johannesburg, South Africa, Rio de Janeiro, and Dehradun and New York. The first Earth Summit. The first Earth Summit is conducted at Rio de Janeiro, mainly particularly in the Brazil. So that's why option B correct. The Earth Summit is conducted in Johannesburg region only. That is also Earth Summit. Okay, no, 2002. The Earth Summit is conducted. It is the Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. The World Summit is the main. It is the Johannesburg. So in that the Rio de Janeiro, it can be participating nearly about in this 152 countries. 152 countries are participated. So that's why option is the B is right answer. Next, Antilopa carvicarpa. That means anotherly we call it is a black bug. So this is vulnerable or endangered and critically endangered, extinct in the wild. So actually it is Antilope carvicarpa. That means black bug. It is a vulnerable species. What is this? Vulnerable. What is meant by here the vulnerable? What is meant by endangered? What is critically endangered? Here the IUCN maintain the extension of the species are three types. First one, it is critically endangered. The critically endangered means extremely high risk of species, extremely high risk of threatened animals. So extremely high risk we call it is the critically endangered. And option B, it is endangered means very high risk we call it is endangered. Vulnerable means it is the high risk only. It is the high risk. That's why it is a vulnerable species Antilopa. So that's option A is the right answer. Next, next question number 30. Question number 30. Alpha diversity is present in. Actually, alpha diversity, beta diversity, and gamma diversity. Alpha diversity means main particularly it is the diversity within the community we call it is alpha diversity. The community. Next, beta diversity means the diversity between the communities we call it is beta diversity. Next, gamma diversity. Gamma diversity means the diversity within the all ecosystem, that means within the ecosystem, that means entire continents also we call. So that's how we call it is gamma diversity. So the alpha diversity means within a community. So that's why it is option A is the right answer. Next, biodiversity is determined by. Question number 31. Biodiversity is determined by number of individuals in an area, species richness, C, species evenness, both B and C. Biodiversity is determined by species richness and species evenness. Both are it can be determined the biodiversity. So why? Because means what is meant by here the species richness. So the number of species per unit area, the number of species per unit area we called it is the species richness, and species evenness means the number of individuals of different species we called it is the species evenness. So both together we call it is the species diversity. Okay, this is what you call it is a species diversity. So that's why option D is the right answer. So the number of individuals in any area means that's why we call it species richness also. Next we are going to question number 32. Which of the following species is endangered? Panthera leo, Parica, and Phython, and Chelonia midas, and Pala Siberia crane. So in that which of the following species is endangered means particularly what are the species means it is the Phython mularius. This Phython mularius is the endangered species. So this is the endangered species. So these are mainly living in the tropical region, tropical and subtropical regions, and they are critical. Okay, so these are endangered species only, not critically endangered. Okay, so that's why it is a Phython mularius. Option B is correct. Option A, Panthera leo is present. This Panthera leo means it is the Asiatic line. It is mainly located in the Gir forest in the Gujarat. So actually this species Panthera leo means it is a vulnerable species. Next, option C is Chelonia midas. Actually this is the main, it is the green turtle. In the particularly it is located in sea areas. In the sea area, green turtle it is a Chelonia midas. And Pala Siberian crane, this is also it is called it is a white crane, Siberian white crane. This Siberian white crane it is also what do you call it is a critically endangered. It is a critically endangered condition is present. It is mainly located in the East Asian region found, and also some of the regions of China. Okay, so this is the Phython mularian. These are the species is correct. It is endangered, but according to in question point of view, it is nowadays also little bit is a Chelonia. It is the turtle also endangered condition also little bit is started. Okay, so the option B is the right answer according to this. Next, decrease in species diversity in tropical countries is mainly due to urbanization, urbanization and pollution, deforestation, soil erosion. Decreasing the species. So urbanization means rural to the organisms are migrated is a rural to it is the urban areas, and pollution means already you know this deforestation. Whenever it is a deforestation it can be occurs. So what will happen? It is a population it can be decline. Soil erosion means it is a the soil is moved towards the it is the one area to another area. So that's why it is we call it is a soil erosion. As a result, population it is not decline. So option C is the right answer. Next, 34 you can see. Which of the following animal has become almost extinct in India? Wolf, rhinoceros, hippopotamus and cheetahs. Actually already you know this bit already we discussed. So it is the in India it can be almost it become extinct species, that's we call it is a cheetah. Okay, and rhinoceros also it is Indian it is Indian region also located, and wolf also nowadays it is the wolf it is an endangered condition, and hippopotamus, this hippopotamus also mainly you can see this hippopotamus it is African region located. It is the herbivorous animal, and the lifespan up to it is 40 to 50 years. Okay, so in India it is it become extinct species, almost extinct species. It is a option D. It is the cheetah. Next, 35 question you can see. Those species whose population have been seriously depleted and whose ultimate security is not assured are known as. threatened species, endangered species, vulnerable species and rare species. So already we discussed this question. So seriously depleted, here the species whose population seriously depleted means it is the, what do you call, it is a endangered species. What do you call? Endangered species. Endangered means it is very high risk, the species is very high risk, we call it is the endangered species. So that's why option B is right answer. So vulnerable means it is a high risk only. Extremely endangered means extremely endangered means what do you call, it is extremely high risk condition, it is critically extremely endangered condition. So that's why here option B is the right answer. Next, 36. Which of the following is threatened by illegal trade in the wildlife products? So which one is the illegally trading? You can say the wildlife products, Nile perch, elephants, key deer, and Galapagos tortoise. Mainly it is the illegal trade. Mainly wildlife products is option B. Already elephants. The elephants, so much of products it can be utilized. So it is a high cost. Nile perch means it is introduced into a main, it is which purpose are used this Nile perch, it is invasive organism. Okay, Galapagos tortoise, it is also, whenever it is Galapagos tortoise is extinct, whenever it is goats are introduced in the Galapagos islands. So that's why option B is the right answer. It is illegally trading wildlife products. Example, it is the elephants. Okay, remaining you can practice. I will send the material to in your WhatsApp group.